Well, hello folks out there in YouTube land. Got a big show lined up for you, and let's get right on into it. All right, let's pull up the screen. Ilus, I to the L to the U to the S, and the manipulation is clear as a bell. There's very little doubt at this point, and I'm going to show you how I know that. Also, Ilus is expecting an increase in revenue because of the high oil prices, and I'm going to go into that. So let's get into Ilus. All right, as you know, Ilus is pretty much international at this point, so they're spreading out all over the world. And they're expecting a lot of business due to these higher oil prices because remember, one of their main offices is in Dubai, and they do a lot of business there. They put in a lot of sprinkler systems into these big high-rises in the Middle East. And let's get into that. Right here it says, Ilus International confirms Middle East market plans in response to increased demand and opening of Saudi Arabia office, in addition to recently opened Dubai office. It says, due to recent events and the corresponding increased oil price, increased demand on defense and associated rescue vehicles, as well as several multi-billion-dollar construction projects in the Middle East, it says the solutions from within the Ilus businesses are in high demand. It says, in addition to the existing factory and offices in Dubai, and it goes into, it says, with the rising oil price, which is expected to climb to over 100, it probably will climb to 140 barrels when we get into the summertime driving season, and the fact that the Rona is really dissipating. It says they have significantly increased their revenue during periods of increased oil prices, and Ilus is already seeing a repeat of this trend. Having been involved in several companies in the Middle East, Ilus management has previously experienced the increased capital expenditures in the region that takes place when oil prices rise. It increases capital expenditures in the sector, not only in the refinery and general infrastructure, but also in renewed maintenance of firefighting vehicles, equipment, etc., which is right in Ilus's wheelhouse. So while this is not the way we want to see Ilus improve their revenues, the reality is that's what they're in. They're in the fire and safety world. Unrest and a lot of destruction, you need those type of vehicles, and especially in Europe. And of course, in the Middle East, they're going to have all kinds of oil money to spend like crazy, and they're going to build buildings. They're going to have fire and safety equipment in that. Who's going to build it for them? Ilus. So there you go. Makes sense. All right, now let's get into the manipulation. As you can see, the stock kind of hit its bottom, and it, like I said, it may not be done hitting that bottom. We'll see, but I kind of feel like it may be, because if you want to talk about manipulation and you want proof of that, when it was up here, it's pulled way back down. What do you expect on the shorts? They're going to be low, right? When it comes down here, because as you know, they like to buy here, then they sell, then they short the crap out of it, try to push it back down where they can buy it again and try to ride it again and again. That's what a short wants to do. That's what your day traders want to do. And look, I like to swing trade stocks too. So, I'm going to keep track of this and try to take advantage of it best I can. And let's take a look at the short positions. And here it is, exactly what we talked about. This was yesterday, short volume 15%. Look how much it dropped from 60, 50, now 30, now 15. What does that tell you? They're not shorting it because it's dropped. So they're going to start buying, which they've done. It started popping up, and the volume has gone way down. If this thing goes up, short of some sort of fundamental change, which could happen with the European deal, they're going to try to ride this thing up and down again. And that right there, that's as clear as a bell right there. When you go from 60, 50, 40, 30 down to 15, as the price drops, that tells you what you need to know. They're manipulating it. And it's understandable because, this is a stock that they can definitely manipulate. It's small enough to where they can get in there and mess around with it, the day traders and swing traders. And it's very popular stock. A lot of people like Ilus, and they have good reason to like it. The fundamentals look good, especially for an OTC stock. This is not your average penny stock. It has profits. It has what appears to be really good management. And as we see this thing ride, you can expect some more manipulation. Look, all OTC stocks get manipulated, but the more popular ones get manipulated more. If you're just sitting here doing kind of this, they don't care about you. They have no interest. But if you're doing a lot of this and there's a lot of eyeballs on you, they're going to get involved because they're there to make money. And you can't make money on a stock that does this. It's not going to work. You've got to have this. And Ilus has given them plenty of it. But understand also, a lot of them are probably starting to take long positions on it because, you know, the more you mess around with the stock and you look into it, a stock like Ilus can get your interest. So, you know, don't hate on them too much because they might end up being long holders at some point. And before any of you say, oh, he's just a conspiracy theorist, blah, 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 I want you to know I take great offense to that. I wear this for other reasons, not just my conspiracy theories. I think this is very fetching. And, you know, a man about town needs to wear a nice fedora. I think this looks good. You may disagree. That's okay. We're just going to have to agree to disagree. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. All right, folks, and that's Ilus today. And if you like this content, be sure to hit that like button. And if you like my hat, be sure to comment and let me know. And if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. I'd certainly appreciate it. And we'll see you next time on Mr. Conspiracy Investor. That wasn't funny.